Hello, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And this is the perfect place for you if you want to reprogram your mind so you can make miracles manifest. Today, we are going with a viewer requested question that's all about the messy middle and tampering with the in-between stage for your manifestation. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you there are several ways to work with me, including joining the channel. There are several different tiers, including the one that is offering the brand new Manifestation Book Club, and we're getting that kicked off soon. So let's jump into this. So I've had clients as well as viewers ask questions about kind of managing the how, or what we call the messy middle. For those of you that are new to manifestation, the messy middle is essentially the time between when you have your desire and you start consciously creating and it hasn't appeared yet, right? So it's that in-between period. And during that period, many of you spend way too much time looking for the evidence of your manifestation in the reality, in the 3D world. And I always tell my clients, and I know I've said it on the videos here, you're not going to miss your manifestation. So stop checking and worrying about the 3D because it's not going to speed it up. In fact, checking the 3D too much is going to, or it can, slow down your manifestation and also just put you in like this pit of worry and anxiety. So I want to address this whole big question around messing with the middle. And messing with the middle is, part of it is worrying about the how and continuing to check the 3D. But the other part, which I think is really a little more nuanced, is trying to micromanage exactly how your manifestation is going to appear. What does that micromanaging look like? It means that if, for example, if you're trying to manifest your SP, your love interest back, or even a new one, you're constantly maybe even checking their social media or continuing to check your phone and all of these things, trying to see if there is some difference or some subtle change in the 3D reality that's going to let you know that your manifestation is coming in. That to me is like micromanaging the 3D. Or you are, constantly worrying about it because you're not seeing the manifestation in your 3D reality. The next way I feel like you can micromanage your manifestation or really start messing with the middle is you thinking that it has to show up a certain way. For example, some of you let's say you're looking for a job. And rather than taking the aligned action steps, which I think is one of the key differences between messing with the middle and allowing your manifestation to come in and not worrying about the how, not worrying about how the thing is going to show up or how it's going to appear, or allowing God, all of that taking care of the behind the scenes, is that you think it has to come in a certain way. So you're not acting in integrity or acting with intention or acting in alignment. You're acting sporadically. You're acting out of worry. You're acting out of anxiety. And honestly, you can check yourself. Before you start doing some sort of action, check in with yourself and I'm like, am I doing this out of fear of not having, out of wanting, out of scarcity, out of lack? Or am I doing it out of like knowing that it is for me, knowing that it's happening, knowing that it is coming, knowing that this kind of inspiration appeared in my path or my intuition started going off or whatever internal signal or communication that you have with God and your higher self, that this is the right action to take, versus like if you're applying for a job, for example, or you're looking for work, you just start applying to everything. You're like, because you're applying not because you got a intuitive hit that this is the position for you and it's so perfect and it's so aligned and all of those things, you just start thinking, oh my God, I got to beat the odds. I need to like send in 100 resumes so that way I can get 2 things back. That's messing with the middle. That's not trusting that the manifestation is happening. That's worrying about the how. That's not sitting in the energy of expectation. It's all coming true for me. It's all happening, right? That's not the same energy. And a lot of times and this is what I've been talking with my clients about, it's very nuanced. It's really about checking in with yourself, because there's no problem with, starting again. I talk about that all the time. If you feel like for some reason you've been manifesting or trying to manifest something and then something feels out of alignment, so then you readjust, you might rewrite the story, you might do your script over. Definitely check out my scripting video. You may want to do that. And that's good. And then you'll notice internally, it'll feel in alignment. It will actually activate you to be like, you know what? I haven't been as clear about the thing that I want. That's different than deciding you want to micromanage every single step and that your manifestation has to come in a certain way. It has to come in this week. This money needs to be in my bank account by tomorrow, like all of these different things, instead of trusting that it is all happening. You can feel the difference in the energy. You can feel the difference in the intention, right? You can notice whether you're doing this because you are grasping and needing and wanting versus like, I have it already, right? We manifest from who we are, not from what we want. So check and see if your thoughts are thoughts of scarcity, lack, I don't have, and I need to micromanage. I need to know exactly how this is coming in. I don't trust that it's happening. I don't trust that this is working out for me. Or the completely opposite energy of I am the thing, I am the manifestation. I am thinking all the thoughts of someone who has whatever it is I desire, the new house, the SP, the new job, whatever it is. Completely different mindset, thoughts, beliefs, as well as feelings, completely different self-concept, right? Who am I? Who do I believe that I am? Who is the person that has a manifestation? And definitely completely different energetic blueprint, like in terms of the way that you're feeling about yourself, the energy that you're giving off, as well as your vibration. So basically, if you have stopped messing with the middle, if you're not concerned about, how it's coming in, if you are allowing the manifestation to be, right? You are still doing all of your manifestation practices, whatever is working for you, be it scripting, affirmations, inner conversations, whatever that is, and you're persisting in that. You're persisting it, and it's like you are kind of like holding your desire with your hands open, right? You are not grasping, needing, wanting, but you know that it's coming. You are in, as some people say, the energy of receiving. You know that it is yours. And the moment that you know that it's yours is the moment that it appears. The moment that you feel as though you already have it, it is inevitable, it's happening, it is here. But we slow ourselves down by trying to micromanage the middle or worrying about the middle and continuing to check the 3D. So today I'm going to encourage you. If you start feeling like that, go back to like finding your center. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's prayer, some other sort of mindfulness activity, get up, walk around, do something. But see if you can reframe your thoughts so that you can take that energy away from anxiety and worry and then, doing because you're not being, right? We want to become the manifestation. It is not all about doing it. It's more about being it and allowing ourselves to line up with it, because that's what happens so often, especially I feel like in the SP manifestations. If you don't truly line up with the energy of the person who has the relationship and you see the person in their best self, their highest self, you may do all the things in the 3D and the physical world, and it looks like the manifestation comes back in, and it may, but you're not in alignment with it, both in your thoughts, in your feelings, your beliefs, as well as who you are. And so that's why oftentimes the manifestation will come in and then go back away. So the key is in this time period that it seems like, why is it not coming? Is it's truly to bring yourself fully in alignment with the manifestation that you desire. Use this time to become more of yourself in alignment with the thing that you want so that you become him or her. You become the person that's in a healthy, loving relationship. You become the person that is the manager and got the promotion at your job. You become the person that has money coming to you all easily and effortlessly because you truly have the thoughts, the feelings, the belief systems, and the self-concept with it. And you've spent your time focusing honestly on yourself, putting yourself back on the pedestal and removing the worry and the how and the anxiety from that pedestal, removing it, getting rid of that micromanaging kind of actions and techniques. Yeah, that's where you trust God. That's where you know that it is finished. That's where you know that you've done your co-creation part, and then you allow it to come in. So I know this has been helpful for you. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, like this video. If you're still experiencing blocks, make sure you're scheduling a one-on-one and turn that bell on so I see you in the next video. Talk to you soon.